Visiting dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wayne Smith. I am the Executive Director of the Annapolis Heritage Society and your MC today. I would like to welcome you to this very special occasion as we officially open the Painted Room here at the Sinclair Inn Museum National Historic Site. Bonjour, Ministre Fraser, dignitaires en visite, Mesdames et Messieurs, mon nom est Wayne Smith, je suis le Directeur Général du Annapolis Heritage Society et votre maître de cérémonie. Je vous souhaite la bienvenue à cet événement spécial d'ouverture officielle de la salle peintre ici au musée Sinclair Inn, lieu historique national. Before I introduce our guest speaker this morning, I should like to share some of his history with you. Colin Fraser was born and raised in Yarmouth. He is a graduate of Carleton University in Ottawa and of the Dalhousie Law School. On October 19, 2015, Colin Fraser was elected Member of Parliament for the riding of West Nova.
Wayne, I must say that as a Fraser and a McDonald and Fraser, you're making me feel underdressed here today. But it looks wonderful and adds a certain cultural flair. Good morning to everyone, and thank you so much for being here on a lovely, beautiful day, as always, in Annapolis Royal. That's how much history is here. Helping to return this inn to its former glory required a lot of work and dedication. The Annapolis Heritage Society was equal to the task. Built in the early 1700s, the Sinclair Inn Museum is the earliest surviving Acadian building in Canada. That's heritage worth preserving. New systems for the heat pump, fire alarm, and exit systems will help ensure preservation of this community asset for many, many years to come. Perhaps most exciting of all, this project includes the restoration of the second floor 1840s painted room for public display, a heritage highlight for local residents and a draw for international visitors. This museum complements the array of historic properties and museums located nearby, which collectively enhance Annapolis Royal's position as one of the top tourist destinations in all of Nova Scotia, and if I might say so, makes it one of the finest small towns to live in all of Canada. The Government of Canada, through the Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency, has contributed $146,000 toward infrastructure upgrades, art conservation, and marketing initiatives for this museum.
A leaky roof had recently unleashed a deluge of water down one wall in the upstairs front room, causing the many layers of wallpaper to literally drop off the wall. What was revealed was a badly damaged mural. Mountains, water, a large arch, a house, possibly a figure or two. It did suggest the exciting possibility of additional images on the other walls. Now fast forward more than 20 years, when thanks to the generosity of the Heritage Canada Foundation, the building passed into the hands of the Annapolis Heritage Society. For more than 25 years, the Society and its Sinclair Inn Committee, ably assisted by provincial and federal resources, has labored to stabilize the building and to present it to the public. The Painted Room would have to wait its turn. Finally, 5 years ago, the room had reached the top of the priority list. Having secured local funding, we could then approach various government agencies for their support. We have received wonderful backing from both the provincial and federal level, as well as from our Member of Parliament, Colin Fraser, and our Member of the Legislative Assembly, Premier Stephen McNeill. The Department of Canadian Heritage, the Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency, the Department of Communities, Culture and Heritage all contributed to the project, and I warmly thank them on behalf of the Society. We invite your participation in our ongoing work on this truly unique building, one that has been deemed by the Canadian Conservation Institute of Ottawa as one of the most significant buildings in Canada.
Thank you. Thank you. Jane?
I'm leaving now. Okay. If it falls now.
That's right.
They already announced.
I just wanted to see the room. Yes.
Experiment where you put a baby back.
It's fun to come in here and take time to go through it. I love this museum. Did you see it?
And photos are okay. When he started this morning, it was It's amazing to see what a difference it made when they put in the LED lights and the light tracks here. This was the damaged wall over here. You can see a little bit of the painting that was revealed. That started the whole thing.
There were scenes at the beginning.
Especially now we're an endangered species. Yes.
How are you doing?
First flower that they get the nectar. Yeah, so I think well, my grass is getting quite red. I need to mow it.
Yeah. And we lived in Carbondale for 5 years before we moved over here. And my sister Mary Lou Grant, I don't know if you have kids. She taught at Harper School and just lives in Bay Roberts. Got Mary Lou as my little sister.
I don't know the person, but I've heard.
Sure, yeah. And you see her on stage probably in those shows.
I'm actually just looking right now if I have
Sometimes they're usually pretty good looking at those.
It wasn't needed.
There's not a lot of information, but a little bit of background.
What they did was, obviously, they didn't want to put the wall to try to fix it. So Dan froze usually in charge.
Whenever you're finished, I believe we met.
Candace, with you. We did indeed. That was a wonderful thing. We really enjoyed it. Yeah, well, I'm kind of proud today to see that. You go through the whole building while you're downstairs. We've got video ghosts that tell the stories of the people who lived in the building. Fascinating stuff. Yeah, we really like the Acadian village. And I chatted with the woodworker. Photographed some old tools that we had because I make tool handles here, and he are trying to find out what his handles were about.
You're the woodcutter.
That's right. Yeah, I've seen out front here with handles for tools. Yeah, great fun. I love it.
In the background within the composition, and you'll also notice that on either side there is shrubbery or trees. And what this does is it leads your eye into the composition. Your eye can't wander out because it's being held in by the trees on either side. Now, although we date the painted room to roughly 1840, there is a possibility that different frescoes on the walls were painted at different points within the 19th century as well. So if you look at the upper left-hand corner of the painting, you will see a Ionic column, perhaps reminiscent of a time when this used to be a Masonic lodge, and it would certainly be linked to the imagery of Freemasonry as well. And then perhaps the landscape was painted on top of that years later.
Annapolis Royal is the birthplace of Freemasonry in Canada. This lodge, Annapolis Royal Lodge, was established in 1738 by Major Erasmus J. Phillips, who was attached to the 40th Regiment of Foot, stationed here in Annapolis Royal at Fort Anne. Prior to the establishment of Annapolis Royal in Fort Anne, this was the capital of the French colony of Acadie, and Port Royal, as the city was named at that time. Amongst them were French Freemasons, and far back, even further back than that, when Champlain, the explorer, and Sieur de Monts established the French habitation of Port Royal in 1605, amongst the members of that expedition force were Freemasons. When Erasmus Phillips came back to Annapolis and established the lodge, there were many members of the military as Mason members, lots of local merchants, men of note within the community, significant landholders. They met for the very first time and continued to meet in the Sinclair Inn. It was a public house and inn. They met on the second floor and would hold lodge upstairs and then have a meal and drink afterwards. Friedrich Sinclair, who actually owned the Sinclair Inn, was a Mason and was a secretary of Annapolis Royal Lodge. And so we know that the Masons were meeting in the Sinclair Inn up until December of 1800 when Sinclair took his life. His wife continued to own and operate the building years after that, but the Masons relocated to another public house.